into all-white suburbs. By moving north and by concerning itself with equality in housing and employment, the civil rights movement began to encounter increased resistance, the so-called white backlash.
I have a dream
During these
that
marches,
one day on
King
the red
and other
hills of
demonstrators
Georgia,
were struck by bricks and bottles.
sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. I am happy. I am happy. I have a dream.
I got a dream.
One day.
We gonna work it out.
One day.
We gonna work it out.
One day.
We gonna work it out.
I have a dream.
I got a dream.
One day.
We gonna work it out.
One day.
We gonna work it out.
One day.
We gonna work it
I
out.
have a dream.
I got a dream.
That one day.
That one day.
That one day.
I'ma look deep within myself. I gotta find a way.
I have a dream.
My dream is to be free. My dream is to be. My dream is to be. My dream is to be free.
In search of brighter days, I write through the maze of the madness. Struggle is my address with pain.
What's going on, guys? My name is Devin Lars, CEO of Doing Everything Different, and I just wanted to talk about valuing diversity. I think diversity is so important, and especially our culture in America and the whole world, because there's no one culture. Everything is kind of intermixed and intertwined, and I think with having diversity, you're able to take different people's perspectives and opinions and then their outlooks of life and kind of add that together to kind of mix and formulate to be able to target a lot of different people. Sometimes people just kind of get focused on one type of demographic or one certain nationality or race, but in this country that we live in now, this world, everybody is like diverse. There's a lot of blended families, there's a lot of different cultures and stuff like that. So I think that valuing that diversity is super, super important, and being able to talk to people and get different people's perspectives can literally change everything.
What's up, y'all? This is James. I'm here today to talk about diversity and how it plays a role in my daily life. I think we're surrounded with diversity all around San Francisco and the Bay Area, between different relationships with people, between work, love relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend. Everything's pretty interracial nowadays, unlike what it was 30, 40, 50 years ago. Many people wouldn't be able to have the relationships that we do today.
It's Terrence. So I'm going to talk to you guys really quick about diversity, what it means to me and how I value it. So I guess I'll start off by saying I do put a pretty high value on diversity. I think the main reason it being I'm coming from like an interracial background, and I feel like a lot of us nowadays, like if you look around in the world, not many people are just one race. Everyone's going to be diverse now. And I think that it's a good thing. I think we should embrace it. We have a lot of things that we can learn from each other. I feel like even in school and like in work, when you have a lot of diverse cultures and people coming from different backgrounds, you get different viewpoints. I feel like even particularly in this class, whenever we have like discussions, it's always really engaged. We're always really able to see how other people are thinking, how other people might view certain topics. And it's always really good to see like how you can interact with all these.
One of the most diverse areas of the country. The San Francisco Bay Area is extremely diverse, ethnically, culturally, and gender-wise. I think it's important vocationally because diversity is reflected in the workforce. If I understand people, I can get work in a compatible manner with them. If I don't understand, or if I have issues and stereotypical feelings about people, it can become problematic in my neighborhood, on my job, and in my mind.
So my name's Sean Wesley, and the topic is diversity. Being someone who's half black, half white, and having grown up in the Bay Area, I found diversity to be very important. Even as a kid, my father would talk about neighborhoods when there were multiple ethnicities in the area, both not just black and white, but Hispanics, Asians, different religions. He felt that that was overall a better neighborhood. It meant that people were more really interested in living their lives among different cultures and not so anxious or nervous about different cultures. He said whether it was an all-white neighborhood, all black, all Hispanic, he felt it was all the same thing. He said those people, simply for what better or worse, felt better in their own culture. But when you moved into an area with a diverse culture, it showed more kind of opportunity and growth, more to learn about your fellow person. You know, if you're looking at today's society, especially with our current political system, one must get worried that we've gone back to our feelings from the 70s and 60s, and obviously even farther before that, where the anxieties and the stresses that we've gone through over the past 10 years has made us more and more restricted on what we believe the causes are. So this is, of course, just an opinion, but if you look at how our election went and the people complained about election, you have to worry that we all have the same concerns, but they've needed to label it, and then our society hasn't been able to provide its own label. So certain cultures have blamed, say, Hispanics, certain cultures are blaming blacks, certain people are blaming Muslims. You know, one would have to question whether one culture, one color, one group, non-diverse group is the cause of any of our problems in the world. So diversity is the base or the key of creating a better society for all of us. If we believe in a more diverse community, perhaps we'll be able to look at our problems as being universal and come up with solutions that are universal, not just ethnically driven, not just religiously driven, not financially, fiscally. It would be one solution for a better working culture, a better working America, and a better world. So that's how I look at diversity.
From the answers we received in the interviews, it really shows that diversity is a good thing, and it's important to have in the workplace and everywhere around the country because it brings different backgrounds and different views and creativity and ideas to everyone.
I wish the way I was living could stop serving rocks, knowing the cops is hot when I'm on the block, and I wish my brother would have made bail so I won't have to travel 6 hours to see him in jail, and I wish that my grandmother wasn't sick or that we would just come up on some stacks and hit a lick, and I wish my homies would